Hello everyone, you're welcome to class today. So this is EDU-SOLUTION. What we do is to provide answers to every of your questions. So I want to conclude the topic we have started before now. So if you have not gone through that video, that previous video, so I will advise you go back and watch that video. That is when you will be able to understand what we want to do today. So today I want to wrap it up. Remember what I said, that in bearing as a topic, it's either you are looking for bearing or we are looking for the distance between 2 points. So I also told you that whether it's WAEC, NECO, or GC, if you are doing something, any question that have to do with bearing, sometimes they can give you a question with a diagram. You are the one to construct the diagram. Of course, mind you, if the diagram is not correct, you won't be able to get the answer correctly. So, and sometimes they will also give you a diagram to be accompanied by a few write-up, which is also the complementary part of the question. You'll be asked to solve the question. So the one we did in that previous video, it has no diagram at all. So I gave you the question, watch the video, you see it. So, and I provide answer to it. So that today I want to wrap it up. We're having another question, number 2. Of course, this is the other part I'm talking about. You can see that it has a diagram, and then we'll have question explaining the diagram also. So don't just look at the diagram. I think a number of students also make mistake in this aspect. When they are given a diagram, they just go ahead and start solving. So don't go ahead and start solving. Possibly there's some information in this place that is not found in the diagram. So that is the reason why I want you to go through both the diagram and this. So let's read it. In the diagram, A and B are 2 ports. You can see I made mistake before, so I have to correct it. So A and B are 2 ports, 15 kilometers apart. You can see it there. This is A, this is B. There are 2 ports and they are 15 kilometers apart. Okay. Where are we? Okay. B is on a bearing of 094 degrees from A. This is B. From, remember what I said in that previous video, you must always go back to the source where when they use the word from. So that means go back to the source. So B is on a bearing of 094 degrees from A. So we'll come back to A, you check it. You must always start from the north. So we're having from here to this place is 094 degrees. Okay, let's continue our question. C is a ship on the sea. This C here is a ship on the sea. Okay, the ship, that is this C, is seen from A. This C here is seen from this A. Someone viewing this ship, that is this C, from this A, the person is seeing this ship from this place at an angle, where is it? Okay, on a bearing 150 degrees. That means from this place down to this place is 150 degrees. Okay, let's continue how we solve it. Okay, and from B, this ship was seen from A on a bearing of 150 degrees, and this same C is seen from B on a bearing of 245 degrees. Okay, and then we say, okay, calculate correct, question number 1, calculate correct to 1 decimal place the distance of the ship from A. So that means we are looking for this place, the distance between A and C. Question number 2, how far east of A is C? How far east of A is C? So it's a very simple question, and let's go straight and then we'll put solutions to it. Okay, I think let me draw the diagram again. So this is the diagram, so I have to draw again. So like I said while I was reading the question, the first thing that we're going to solve, that's question number 1. They said we should calculate, look at it here, Roman figure 1, they said calculate correct to 1 decimal place the distance of the ship from A. So that's why I put this here when I was reading the question. So that means we are looking for AC. Okay, so this is our A, this is our C, this is our B. So that means we are looking for AC. Okay, now for us to be able to solve this question effectively, we have to get at least one of the interior angle of this triangle. Okay, now don't forget, in this question, look at it here, they said that let's see, the ship is seen from A on a bearing of 150 degrees. You can see that is not part of the question. It was not in the diagram. So the ship, this is the ship C, is seen from A on a bearing. That's the reason why I was reading this question. I put this indication here. So that means from this same knot, don't forget, from here to here, according to the question, is 94 degrees. While from here down to this line is 150 degrees. So that means here to here is one. Let me just write it here. Is 150 degrees. So now, if here to this line is 150 degrees, it's just like I'm having something like this. I have this line coming here, and I have this. So if here is 94, and then the same this place again to this other one is 150. So what we simply do, I want to get only this one. So I will simply say 150, that's from here to here, 150 minus 94. Do you get it? So 150 minus 94. So if I remove 94 away from 150, what I will be having is just this one. So we'll get the angle there. So let me wipe off this. So I'm having now, let me call this place to be A. Let me call it A, so that I will have A is equal to 150 minus 94. 150 minus 94 is what? 56 degrees. So that means this place is 56 degrees. Now we have been able to get one of our interior angle. We can go ahead and solve. But sometimes we still not be able to solve depending on what we are given. Like the one we treated before now, when we got one of the interior angle, we went straight to solve. But this we cannot solve yet. Why? Because in that previous question, they gave us the value of two sides. But this one, they gave us only one side, which is just only 15. We don't know what is here. We don't know what is here. So we are looking for this place. So if we want to use cosine rule, will not work here. So the why? Because we are not giving two sides. So, and also the angle that we have is opposite to the side that we are not looking for. So cosine rule will not work here. So we are using sine rule. But before we use sine rule, of course, you know that sine rule will request that you get at least two sides and one angle, or two angle and one side. So since we have just one angle, one side, we need to look for one angle again to be added to the question so that we'll be able to solve. So how do we get it? We start wasting time. Let's go. So we have, look at this. From here to this place is 245. If here to here is 245, let me call here to be maybe 5. Okay? If here is 5, that means I can say that 5 is equal to, from here to here is 245. 245 minus 180, angle on a straight line. So I have 245 minus 180. I hope you get that. Here to here is 245. This is straight line. Angle on a straight line is 180. So 245 minus 180. So we are going to be having 245 minus 180. We are having 60 what? 65 degrees. Okay, that's very correct. So we are having 65 degrees. So that's what is in this place. So you know that this place is what you have done in your JSS3. I think JSS2. This place is alternate to this place. So if here is 65, that means here is also 65. Let me just put here as x. So that means I will have s is equal to 5, which is equal to 65 degrees. You put the reason why we are having that. So that's an alternate angle. So here is a 65, which is, let me put it there. Okay, we have gotten this place. We need to get this so that we can add it together to make our complete angle in this side. So how do we get that? Don't forget, from this knot down to this line was 150. So that means I have to get this place. So let me call here to be maybe theta. So if there is theta, I can have that theta is equal to angle on the straight line 180 minus this place to this line, which is 150. It's going to give us what? 30 degrees. So that means here is 30 degrees. If here is 30 degrees, is alternate to this place. Okay, this is like a parallel line, So this is a transversal line meeting both parallel lines. So here is let me call here y. So this place theta, which is 30, is alternate to this place. So I can have that y is equal to theta, which is equal to 30 degrees. I also put the reason, which is alternate angle. So here is 30. So let me write it well. Okay, here is 30. So if we add them together, I'm having an x plus y, which is equal to, which is 30 plus 65 is equal to 95 degrees. So that means here is 95 degrees. So you can see that we have gotten this place, we have gotten this place. So it's very easy for us to get this last place because sum of angle in the triangle is what? 180 degrees. Let me call this place to be alpha. So I can have that alpha plus 56 plus 95 is equal to 180. That's a sum of angles in a triangle. Let me use that symbol. So that at the end you make alpha. We have alpha plus 56 plus 65 is going to give us, I think, 151. Are we correct? 151 equal to 180. I hope we are correct. Okay. So that we have that alpha now is equal to, we are having 180 minus 151. So that it will give us what? 29 degrees. So that means here is 29 degrees. So I hope you are following. So we have gotten all of the interior angles. So we cannot use sine rule. So I have using sine rule. So sine rule says side over the opposite, the sine of the opposite angle. So since we have only this side, we must take this. So we are having 15 over sine of the opposite angle, which is 95. Is equal to, I cannot use this angle because it's opposite to this side. We are not looking for this. According to the question, we are looking for this place. So I will take AC. I have AC over, that's this side is what we're looking for, our question number 1, over sine of the opposite angle, which is what? 29. Yes. So from here, we cross multiply. You can just finish that yourself. So we have 15 sine 29 equal to AC sine 95. So that we are having now AC is equal to 15 sine 29. I'm trying to make AC such a formula. We have over 95. So at the end, if you press that in your calculator, you are going to be having 7.2721 over sine 95. That we have 0.9962. Okay. Now this is our result. What we are having. Okay. What we do now, we will now have our AC is equal to this divided by this. So this is what we are having, which is 7.2998. Okay, so this is our answer, 7.2998. But the question says we should approximate. Look at it here. It says approximate to what? 1 decimal place. So that means we have AC is approximately equal to 7. This is 2, it becomes 3. So 7.23 kilometer. So that is for that. That's question number 1. So I hope you get that. So now the last one without wasting time. Question number 2. How far east of A is C? How far east of A is C? Let's go back to the diagram. This is our A. How far east? This is east. Don't forget we have the cardinal point. This is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. So we move towards the east. How far east of this A is C? So what they are asking us is, we want to get the distance of this A towards the east till it gets to this place. So what we do now is, I will put a dotted line. Permit me to clean this one here. Let me put it on top. Okay, I'll put a dotted line from here. I'll have something like this. Let me clean this away from here. So I have something like this till it gets to this place. Okay, they say how far east of A is C? So this is our C. We'll take a dotted line till we get to this place. And then the east, because they say how far east, the east of A, this is A, the east is where? Towards this direction. So we'll keep going with dotted line until we get to this C. So you can see that the angle from here is a right angle. Okay, so that means here is 90. If you also check this place, remember this is the dotted line. So if you also check this place here, which is our y, is the only angle that is entering inside of this right angle triangle. So here is 30 now. We are not using this 95 any longer. So here is 30. So if there is need that you want to get this place, so not here was 56, but since here is adding to this other place now, so that means from here now it will now give us what, 60, the sum of angle in a triangle, because here is 30, here is 90, so which is giving us 30 plus 90 give us 120, so plus 60 to give us 180, which is sum of angle in a triangle. So any of the angle you want to use, if I want to use this 30, that means here will be my opposite. If I want to use this 60, that means here will be my what? My opposite. So anyone I want to use, I think let's use the one of 30. So if I'm using 30, of course it's a right angle triangle, we are not using SOHCAHTOA. So if I'm using this 30 now, that means here, let me call this place H. So that means I'm looking for AH, because they say how far, it's talking about distance. So that means we are looking for AH. Okay, our AH now is our opposite. Why? Because I'm using angle 30. So AH is our opposite, and then we have calculated this side, which we got in this place as 7. I told you in the previous video, don't use the approximated value, use this correct one, this one that we have here. So we are having AC, which is our hypotenuse, and then we have this place, which is our opposite. So it's between opposite and hypotenuse. That means we are using so. In the SOHCAHTOA, we are using so. So we're having a sine, I think number 2. So we have a sine 30. Remember I said we're using sine 30. So sine 30 is equal to, our opposite now is our AH over our hypotenuse is our AC. Okay. So we have sine 30 is equal to our AH, okay, over our AC is what we got in this place. I said don't use this, we are using this, which is 7.2998. So we make AH, so the formula, we have AH is equal to, I'm just only cross multiplying, so we are having 7.2998 sine 30. So at the end, if you press that in your calculator, we have 3.6499. Okay, so this is our answer, 3.6499. I can say approximately equal to 3.65 kilometers. Okay, that's it. So that's the answer, 3.65. You can leave your own like this, but put the unit there, which is kilometers. So 3.65 kilometers. So that's it. So if you have any question, go to the comment section, just drop it there. When I go through it, I will answer you. This is another question again. So check it out. So we have Andrew was facing south 20 degrees west. You can see they are introducing here the compass bearing south 20 degrees west. He turned 90 degrees in the clockwise direction. That is the way a clock moves. Okay, what direction is she facing? This is a wire question, 2011 question number 12, OBJ. The options are here. So let's solve. We'll know which one is correct among them. So solution. Okay, now they said Andrew was facing south 20 degrees west. So the first thing is we draw the 4 cardinal points. Well, this is our north, this is our east, this is our west. Sorry, this is our south, and then this is our west. So they said Andrew, look at it, Andrew was facing south 20 degrees west. So that means his direction is between south and west. Okay, so that means I can just estimate. We are not measuring. I will estimate this is it. So it must start from the south. Okay, that means we are having something like this. So this is south 20 degree. Yeah, south 20 degree west. This is a representation of what we have here. Again, now the question said that he turned 90 degrees in the clockwise direction. That means this is his direction now. He turned 90 degrees like this in the clockwise direction. So that means from this place, he turned 90 degrees. Let's assume, because if you check it, here is 20. If here is 20, this remaining part is going to give us what? 70. So that means here is 70. It's not up to 90. So we'll have to take extra 20 from here. We'll take it up. So that means this is 20. But meanwhile, from here to here is 90, which is 70 plus 20, giving us what? 90. So this is our 90. I hope you will see that. So this is our 90 degrees. Okay. From here to here is our 90 degrees, and then only this place is 70, only this place is 20, making the 90. So what do we have left? This is what we are having left. We are having this left. All we just need to do is to find what is here. So if here to here, don't forget here was 20, the remaining part to make the full quadrant is 70. Same thing, since here to here is 90, we'll remove 70 away from 90, we'll have 20 left. So that means here to this place in this last quadrant is 20. The remaining part is going to what? Going to be 70. So that means if we want to now also quote it, we are going to say that is currently facing north. We must start from the north. North 70 degree west. Okay, north 70 degree west. So let's take the options here. The first, okay, I think the first one is the correct answer. So that's our answer. Have it. So that's it. So bye for now. We are through with bearing. Except you have any other question in bearing, then you drop it. I will put answers to it. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed to our channel, do that, and then you will be the first to be receiving videos. And when we have live session, which will be coming soon, you will also be notified to participate in that session. Have a nice day.